What's up, my brother? Um, Gay Rising. Lewis, I'm short on GU. What's your opinion? Um, again, I want to clarify. Remember, I don't trade counter trends, right? I don't trade against the trend. So, meaning overall, right, in the market makers pattern, where are we? We're in V1, right? Looking for that second push to the top to get out of consolidation, right? So we had push one from the bottom, consolidation. We're looking for push two to the top, right? So not only that, right? I understand there's news today too, so that's really something that we can't really we can't guess where price is gonna push, right? Or where news is gonna push price, right? So with that being said, we gotta try to just use as much market structure and as much rules as we can in order to not get faked out of any trades during news, right? And again, me saying that is also like this is where news trading gets difficult, right? Because again, if you go look up what happened to Roger Banks on March 21st, 2024, right? He was in a trade on gold. He was in a trade before news, and price went both ways before moving, right? And it went both ways like fucking 70, 80, 90 pips, something crazy, right? So, with that being said, you could be in a trade now and think you're in a good trade, but then when news hits, spike, price could spike up or hit your stop loss and spike down, whatever the case is, wherever you're going, right? In this case, you're going short, so price could push price up, hit your stop loss, and then go down, right? Or vice versa, right? It could just go the opposite way. Um, so with that being said about me not trading counter, right, and also not really trading before news, which is something I'm trying to see if we could get an entry on something. If not, I'm gonna wait till after news to trade, which today is before NYC session. So if price moves before NYC session now with this news that's gonna hit, I'm not gonna trade today. That's just me personally, right? The second thing I want you to see, well, there's second thing I want you to see is where we're at in the zone consolidation. We're at the top of the zone. So in your case, this is the best place to take a trade. Going short in a zone of consolidation would be at the top of the zone, right? Because look how many times price rejected these highs. But if we just zoom in a little bit, right? Where are we? Yes, we're at the top of the zone of consolidation in the overall market structure. But as we see right now, the last 4 months, price has been consolidating between these highs and these lows, right? And the fact that price already rejected these lows this week and started this push to the top side, right? Understanding that we're in an overall uptrend and understanding that right now we're at the bottom of the structure zone, could this be where price is going to spike up and go crazy? And this is just data from the daily time frame. We haven't even gone down to the 4 hour. So right now, your trade, I would be nervous in this trade, right? But let's go down to the 4 hour. Let's see if we can see anything significant, right? Nothing really significant, but we could see the zone of consolidation a little bit better. We know that we're in a 4 hour low. Okay, cool, right? How are we in a 4 hour low? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, right? We knew that we were trading between this high and this low. This low, nothing broke these lows. It wasn't until these highs. These highs broke. Cool. These highs gave us this low and this high. Nothing has broken these lows. Nothing has broken these highs, right? So we don't have a change of character. We don't have a break of structure telling us that price is going down, right? All we see is that at one point we were trending higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price started consolidating. Price started moving sideways, right? And it wasn't until a few weeks ago, which was on the 14th of March, right, was when he lost that trade around this week, right? What happened? Price spiked down like crazy and went right back, rejected the highs, right, and went right back down to the lows. And at these lows, we again rejected the lows and started pushing up, right? So right now, if I was in that trade going short, again, I would be nervous, right? So now in the 30 minute, let's look at the 4 hour one more time. Do we have any continuation to the weeks? Right? We had a week of drop, 2 weeks of drop on the third week. Did price give us a new low? It did, and gave us a drop rise. So right now, this is the only thing, but again, it's going counter. So this doesn't, when you have a third week drop going counter, when it's a counter drop, the 372s aren't valid. But using the rule, and let's talk about probabilities, right? Could this technically still give us that week of drop to give us that fourth week variation? Yes. Let's go back. Now that we understand that, okay, I'm nervous about this trade in the 4-hour time frame, looking at structure, but when I'm looking at a continuation, I'm not stressed. But I am stressed about market structure in the 4-hour time frame because we're in a zone of consolidation and we're at the bottom of consolidation. And again, we understand that in a trend, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, where do you want to enter? Do you want to enter going long in a higher low, or do you want to enter going long in a higher high? Right? It's the exact same thing when you're consolidating. Right? When you're consolidating, okay, you're not in a trend. You're not seeing higher highs, higher lows. You're not seeing lower lows, lower highs. Right? Lower low, lower high, same thing. Where do you want to enter going short? Do you want to enter going short in a lower high, or do you want to enter going short in a lower low? So then it's the same thing in a consolidation, which is where we're at right now in GU. Right? I'm trying to, what time is, I'm like kind of speeding up because I think news is about to hit, or 8:30, we have time. Okay. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We have until, I'll stop explaining stuff at like 8:25 so we could get 5 minutes to refresh. Just to take a little pause, out of the 12 trades that we look at, the 12 pairs that we look at on stream, we only have 3 left. Right? I'm looking over GU because Fo in the chat asked about it. I don't know if he's still here. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. So if we start looking at this now in the 30-minute time frame, well, let's go back. The consolidation, right? When you're in consolidation and you're in an overall uptrend, right? Market makers pattern uptrend, and you're in consolidation. Where are you looking to take these trades going long? Right? You're not looking to take trades at the top of the zone, right? You'll be looking to take longs at the bottom, right, to go up, right? At the bottom to go up, at the bottom to go up, right? And then the valid entry for a continuation again wouldn't be when price is rejecting the highs. It would be after you get a break of the zone, the retest, to then continue the push to the top side, right? And then vice versa, when you're looking for it to go short, is the same thing, right? You're looking to trade at the top of the highs of the zone of consolidation, and once you break these highs, or once you test these highs and go down, then you're looking for price to break, retest, and then continue. Without that break, you have no confirmation. So real quick, right, let's go to the 4-hour. You'd be like, oh, but this high is higher than here, right? Why isn't this a break? Right? So there's two things. Let's put a line across from the high of the zone here, and then let's put a line at the bottom of the zone, which is here. Well, yeah. If you notice, technically, right, this high that broke, that green candle, that the first green candle is a testing candle. That second green candle, okay, is a strong green candle that was once above the zones. Oh shit, I moved one of the lines. Right? And then it turned into a huge wick and went right back down. Right? So this next green candle that everybody's like, oh, this is, the engulfing candle to continue to go up. This is where price is gonna break above and continue to go. Right? This is where price turned around. I started giving lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right, to where we're at now. Again, if we add a line here to this high, because this is the lower high, which in theory I want to see it in the candle closure anyway, but it would say the same story, right? I want to put this line technically at the candle closure, right? But if we put it at the candle closure or the wick, is the same story, right? None of these candles are breakup structures. None of these candles are breakup structures. All of these candles test, went right back down into the zone, test. None of these candles closed above the first green candle that closed above the line. Notice how that works. None of these candles, 1, 2, 3, green, red, red, none of them closed above the first green candle's wick. All of these candles are testing. None of these were real breakup structures. So now looking at that, being able to see that in the 4-hour, going back to the 30, right? Could we be expecting price to reject highs and then start pushing away? Could be something that we're seeing. We're still trading between lower low, lower high, lower low, right? These lows broke, gave us this high, this low, and then gave us a change of character, right? So now we know that we're trading between these lows still and these highs. We seen that yesterday price gave us the imbalanced moves, right? I also like these imbalanced moves because the first green candle that made the push doesn't have a bottom wick, so we know that price is going to come down and want to come down to cover that wick. Not only that, we have the 800 EMA, right? There's two things I want to acknowledge here though, which is, again, the first change of character. Did it really give us a clean break? Let's look at that. We'll put a line from the top of the wick. It's the highest point in the market, right? Did it give us a break of structure, a real break of structure of the zone? No. First green candle touching the zone, second green candle touching the zone, next green candle, third candle is a red candle that went down. Same thing, that fourth candle went down, still that green candle, but it didn't close above the zone, still was a wick, and then it went right back down, right? So we know that we don't have a clean break of structure either. So why do I say that? Because if we're trading above the 800 EMA, and if price would have given us a clean break of structure, we would have had a better idea that, okay, price is going to start pushing up, right? This is just a little pullback because after a break, we want to see a pullback. But the fact that we're just testing the zone and we're on the 800 EMA, price going to respect the 800 EMA. Now the only thing I see on this, right, would be we have a 372 4th day variation, right? We had 3 days of rise. On the 3rd day, we had a rise drop. So on the 4th day, we could expect price to give us a new high. But again, the fact that the pullback, and I said this in last night's class, right? The fact that this pullback at the end of the day was so massive, right? I don't see a reason how or why price would be able to push up again, right? So might be a good trade, right? The one that you're in. But you've seen how when we're breaking it down, there's too many what ifs, right? There's too many what ifs. If you would have been at the top of the zone, right? If you would have told me your entry was at the top of the zone, then I would have felt more comfortable telling you, like, yeah, just hold it, and you're already in profit, right? You're already in profit 30 minutes before news. Like, let's say you got in somewhere here, in a lower time frame. Where would that have happened, right? Let's say you would have gotten in. I'm just trying to see structure, so I can make this as easy as possible for everybody to understand, right? So let's say you would have gotten in somewhere here, and I'll draw it with the box. All right, let's go back to the 30. If you would have gotten in somewhere there in the zone, right? Late entry yesterday, which is when price moved, right? So if this is where you would have entered, then we would have just had a different conversation. I would have told you, yeah, just make sure you move your stop loss at least, wherever you feel comfortable, right? Because again, with news coming out, there's just really that's also another thing. Like, we're not, if you've been here for a long time, you see how accurate our drawings are. You see how all our videos connect. And if you don't believe it, just go watch this week's, right? For the new people here, just go to this week's, go to the live, go to our YouTube, go to the live section, because that's what we do. We do live streams. We don't have any videos that we really upload, and you'll see it for yourself. So with that being said, we also understand that news plays a huge part in trading, which is why 8 out of 10 times we're not trading during news. The only way we're trading during news, again, is if we have every single rule being followed. Meaning, again, GU, we're in an overall uptrend, but do we have any single confirmation that price is going to push up? Right? We just saw how the highs were just testing. All these candles are test candles. We've seen how they rejected the highs, right? And there's numbers that play into it. ADR for the week is already hit. So is price really gonna continue the uptrend push to continue the overall trend, right? It's unlikely to happen. But could it happen? Yes. Right? So that's why for me I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong in this trade, but I'm also not gonna tell you you're right because this could go either way, and that's the reason I don't trade news, and that's why I'm staying away from trading for right now until after the news. The news hits at 8:30. Again, if STP or ADR is hit with this news, if it does something crazy, then I'm done for the day until next week, right? And then I'll be back. But outside of that, I can't really, I can't be one of those traders that say, yeah, this is what's gonna happen, and then we start losing trades, right? If you've really been noticing, right, not to brag or anything, but we're on a winning streak on this channel. We haven't lost yet. So we're trying to keep that alive, and you don't see that nowhere on the stream, right? We're not trying to brag, oh, we got a 100%, 90% win rate. I don't care about that, right? Let's focus on the reasons why, right? That's the biggest part. Why are we the way we are, right? So let's say you said EuroCAD reversal. EuroCAD could be interesting, right? Because same thing as GU, right? Remember, this is one that I was saying, this is where we want to see price break above these highs. When we get a break and a retest, we know that the next zone that we need to see what price is going to do is these highs. So, we don't have any break of the highs yet. But we also, right, like let's go down to a lower time frame, right? We have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We still don't have a change of character. Like let's say to get into a trade before news hits, like we're still trading between higher high, higher low, higher high. So, there's I don't see a way we're gonna get, a change of character, right? And BOS retest before news. So this is also another one where if we even look at, okay, we have 3 days of rise, we know that after 3 days market must chop or drop, which is true, right? But could price still, if it gives us a no net, right, we know that price is gonna finish anywhere here in the zone, right? And news could just push price up and then start trending down towards the end of the day the same way it did yesterday on the other pairs, right? So yeah, we would have to wait pretty much for all these pairs. We would have to wait for that change of character. But then either way, I think this one did STP because I think this is one that, this is one we look at, right? Yeah, STP's 40, we did 39. So I'm also, the reason why I'm only looking at these three pairs for today, AU, US30, and Bitcoin, the only pairs that are really left for us in regards to the math that we do. But again, we know that today is news, so it's gonna push more. But I'm very strict with that. I don't, if because without STP, if the price already did 40 pips, where's your stop loss gonna be, right? Like let's say you got a continuation going long, like where's your profit, where's your take profit gonna be? It already did STP. You don't know where your take profit's gonna be, right? And we know that again, we're playing within a zone. Price could just reject these highs and go down. So how does AU look? Right now we're just trapped in the zone, pretty much the same as how the other pairs are looking. Right, we had 3 days of rise. We're expecting price to finish on a no net or a drop. Overall, we are in a downtrend, but we're not in the best place to take a trade. Right, we have push 1, zone consolidation, push 2, right, and then this zone consolidation is just massive, right? So not only that, we're trading from the daily high and the daily low, and right now we're in the middle of that. We don't have no continuations. Price is just moving sideways. But if we go to the 4 hour, it'll look identical to GU, literally. Right? It's a little bit tighter. It's more condensed because it's a smaller pair. It only does 50 pips in a day compared to GU, right? So if we really look at it, right, we have oh shit. Right, we had higher high, higher high until here we gave us a change of character, lower low, and this is where price has been consolidating. So AU, right, is a little bit opposite than GU. Right, AU is at the top of the zone of consolidation in a downtrend after a change of character, right? And G's opposite is at the bottom, right? So looking for shorts here, we had a drop, 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 no net. We could have been expecting a fourth week, variation where we get a fourth week drop, which technically we did. Price pushed down, gave us a new low, then started drifting away again. But we know that when price drifted away, it was just covering the imbalance that it created 2 weeks ago, right? Which is when price just melted down, right? So the fact that price already filled up that imbalance, the fact that price rejected these highs, right? If we go back down to the 30-minute time frame now, the fact that we have 3 days of rise, could I be expecting a no net or you know or a day of drop for today? I could be. So um and then not only that, right? We if we go to the 1 hour time frame on AU, right? We have an engulfing candle, right? We have a green green red, right? So again, if it wasn't for a news day, we would be in these trades. It's too juicy, right? But the news again is what really fucks us up, right? That's number one. And then like, I haven't even done my analysis because I've been going over charts. Let me see. Right, and STP for AU is 33. So did we do 33 pips today? We did 30, so we're almost there. So AU, yeah, AU could be a good one, right? On a regular day, again, on a day where there's no news, on a day where it's just, or if there's news, but it's because we've been having news almost every single day. Thanks for detailed analysis, and no problem, my brother. Um, on a regular day, we would take these trades. A strong engulfing candle, right? Price came up. There's a whole bunch of confluence here, right? I see this as an engulfing candle, but again, I study this shit every single day, right? So for everybody else, this might be a fair value gap. For everybody else, this might be a order block. Everybody else might see this as a what's the word I'm looking for? Damn, I'm having a brain fart. I forgot the name of the other one, but the other one, right? So there's a lot of confluence here for a lot of traders going short. So as a market maker, you have to be able to see both sides, right? If you could see this also as a market maker, right? You'll be like, okay, today's news. Let's give everybody what they want to see. Everybody wants to see this price go short, right? As a market maker, just think about it. What I would do is I would say fuck you to everybody who took these trades going short. I would take them out. I would clear this imbalance on the top side. Notice how this red candle that started that push doesn't have a top wick. It's a weak red candle. We have a 30-minute high, right? Could price come back up here and then start going back down? And again, use the top of consolidation as bait. That could be something that could happen, and that's what I would do as a market maker, right? So this is the reason why I wouldn't be taking this trade today. Now, could I be completely wrong and could price just melt? Absolutely, but I'm not here to gamble, right? That's another thing. A lot of people trade and they say, "Oh, we don't gamble," but then they start taking trades like fucking Roger did, right? And I'm not here to name drop, right? But we have to use some examples, right? I'm not here to gamble. I'm here to take trades that I know are gonna win, right? When we could be taking a trade, get away from our setup, place our stop loss, set our take profit, and we know it's gonna be hit 100%. That's a different type of trading. That's the type of trading that I was learning every single time. That's what I always wanted to learn, right? It was like, give me one sec. I'm sorry. Um, if I win trades, cool. Why did I win this trade? Did I follow my rules, right? Because it isn't about winning the trade and did I win profit today. No, it's did I follow my trading journal? Did I follow my rules? If I followed my rules, then I won that day. Perfect. For example, if I were to take this trade today and I would hit take profit, I wouldn't feel good about myself. Because again, I didn't follow my rules. I traded during news. I understand that I could have lost this trade the same way I won the trade, right? So that's the way I trade every single day. Every time I step up to the charts, that's how I trade. And then, we had what, maybe 3 weeks of no trades, and then the 1 week where we had good trades, that's it. We had 3 trades in 1 week, right? And then the week after we had 3 trades in one day, which was this week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? Monday and Tuesday, I was taking 3 trades per day, so it already covers up what I missed for 2.5 months of pretty much just a dry season. So markets are shaping up again. We just got to be patient. So if we were to take this trade again, we would be right now we would be in drawdown. Right? We have 17 minutes for the news to hit. So let's keep looking at this now in the 30-minute time frame. Let's go back to the other pairs. I'm gonna keep this on screen just so you guys could see what I'm talking about. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. US 30 right now, there's really no telling what it wants to do, right? I was super surprised that price moved the way it did yesterday, pretty much at the end of the session. I really wasn't expecting this. But we knew it was gonna happen. We had 1 minute gaps here in the bottom of the chart. We had like 2 or 3 of them, and we understood that we were close to the 4 hour and the daily low. So the fact that price already rejected these lows, it already hit the 4 hour low and the daily low. And the fact that price again just gave us these imbalances on the left hand side of the screen, we know that price is gonna want to push up more than likely. But I just don't like taking these trades on US 30 that are so tight, right? Again, I would obviously, again, I'm not gonna trade news. I'm gonna let price do what it has to do, and then we'll take it from there, right? And then let's calculate STP too. If STP is hit already, again, we're not even gonna mess around with it. At 266. Right, we did 163. So and that's another thing. Today price opened with a gap. It reset the trend. So yeah, even though we had the 3 days of drop, we had a gap, reset the trend, we have a gap again, reset the trend. Could price continue to push to the bottom side? Absolutely, and that would be ideal. But understanding that we have gaps at the top of the market, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to use this to start going back up again. And again, as a market maker, that's what I want to do. Why? Because we just gave everybody a double top. We just gave everybody a change of character of that double top. We gave everybody the retest of that double top. We went down. We gave everybody the break of structure. Oh shit, change of character, break of structure in the 30-minute time frame. How many people you think are in this trade going short? Right? But again, what they don't know are these gaps play a huge part in what they're seeing. Again, remember what I just said. Gaps reset the trend. Right? Understanding that we're now at a 4 hour low and a daily low and we rejected these lows tells me that price is going to want to go up, right? So again, I'm seeing both sides of the story, but we just got to choose which one are we in right now, and that's what we don't know. We don't have enough information to take these trades right now. At least I don't have enough information to take these trades right now. So what I have to do is just gotta wait for the news to hit. Once the news hits, we'll see what's gonna happen, right? Gold played out fucking beautifully for the last 2 days, right? Goes up to the 30, rejects the 30, goes back down to the 30-minute time frame low, rejects the lows and goes back up. Like if you're a trader if you're a zone to zone trader, this was your dream. And I was looking at this. I have this drawn up in the 1 minute time frame. I didn't take the trade last night, and I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about taking the trade, but I was like, nah, man, I'm not gonna go against my rules. Again, I don't trade Asia session, London session like that, unless there's a night where I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'll do it. But I really wanted to take this trade last night, and I didn't pull the trigger. Just the engulfing candle, right? You have a red, red, green, right? And then in the 1 minute time frame, we have a lower time frame change of character, break of structure. So it could have been a really simple trade. Again, the trade was right here, right? Where's the trade? Once we get this green engulfing, the retest. Right, stop loss 34 pips stop loss on gold. Come on, man. And then your take profit is whatever STP is. STP on this is 205. So fucking 205. Did we hit STP? Yeah. We would have held a little bit longer just to the top of the zone, so we would have had 243 pips today on gold. But again, I just did it follow my rules? No, it didn't follow my rules. It happened during Asia session, so all good. And then Bitcoin, right? This is the one that's been beautiful, right? Rejected these lows, started to go up, gave us a clean break of structure, right? But then that break of structure just continued to go up. Never gave us a retest before the push. Now, that imbalance that we had here was filled, right? Price reached these highs, it wicked it, right? Notice how close that wick is to these highs on the retest, and then started pushing away. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. But again, we know that overall, 30-minute time frame, we know that we're trading higher high, higher low, right? We know that we're trading, we have this change of character, gave us this high and this low. Didn't give us a break of structure yet. So we don't have a confirmation that price is going to continue to go up or down. At this point, we still have to wait. Price went down, filled this imbalance. Could we be playing it as a retest of these zones down here? It could be. But, how many people are trading it like that? Before news, too. That'd be crazy. So, we'll just wait it out. We'll see what happens. Damn, I'm really upset about that gold trade now that I saw it. All good. That would have been clean to finish off the week like that. Alright, we're gonna keep this at on AU. How long do I have? I'll be back in a couple. I'll be back in like 2 minutes, guys. If anybody has any questions, let me know in the chat, and I'll be right back in like 3 minutes. See it as a normal retracement, yeah. Yes, you see, AU would have already hit, right? Stop loss. It'd be really close to it. Right. And again, this is one where 31 pips was STP, so 31 pips is literally it did 30.2, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off, right? So let's focus on US 30 and Bitcoin pretty much for the rest of this day. And Bitcoin already did STP too, so US 30 is pretty much the only one that's really on my list. What can we really say about US 30 right now? If we go to the Asia session, what type of patterns, what type of, we have type 1, type 2, type 3 pattern, Asia session, right? We had consolidation, broke away from it, right? Got him a little retest, but we really just drifted away, right? Could this turn into a type 1 pattern where we, in a downtrend, right, where we consolidate, break above, right, create a double top, push 1, push 2, push 3 to the bottom side? Could be. Could this be just a simple break retest for price to continue to go to the top side? It could be. Could news do the same thing, consolidate but spike it down and give us a type 3 pattern to where it comes down to 50% of consolidation and then continue to push to the top side, right? It could be. So we just have to see what type of pattern are we going to get today, a type 1, type 2, or type 3, right? And right now it looks like a type it's in the middle of a type 2 and a type 3. So we'll see which one this wants to do for the day. I don't like that this, well, it was already used first of all, and I don't like how it opened with the gap. So I wouldn't say this is an engulfing green candle. We'll wait it out. We got 2 minutes left, a minute 12 seconds for this news to hit. So we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sit this one out and just wait for news to hit. If it does STP, if it does anything that doesn't allow us to take these trades, then we'll go ahead and just sit it out. Alright, we'll be done for the week. We'll be back Sunday for the weekly market breakdown where we go over all the pairs. We go over to see what they did in the week and what we could expect for the upcoming trading day. And then we'll be back Monday morning for the live trading session. Make sure you guys join the Discord. I'll put that link in the chat. And let's see, we got 30 seconds. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oop, open with a gap and just fucking melted. AU also, wow. Okay. Let's see, does price want to use that as a 50-50? Might look like it. let's see. So what am I looking for now? I'm looking to see if we have any engulfing candles, right? And it looks like in the 1 hour we do. I'm not gonna use the one in the 30 minute. Um, Nothing on the 5. So what I'm gonna do is wait this out, right? Wait it out 30 minutes. I do not like this green candle, right? It's such a top. It's a long top wick, but we're gonna use it, right? Because US 30 is a big pair, right? It's a pair that has huge moves, right? So because it's US 30 is the only reason why I'm gonna mark it, right? And I'm just gonna wait here, right? Either way, we got 30 minutes for this 30-minute candle to close anyway, so we'll wait it out here. We don't have to go back and forth, and then we'll see what price wants to give us. I want to see this also in the 5 minute or the 1 minute. Let's see. It's just too crazy. We'll give it a few minutes to calm down and then we'll look for an entry. No rush, guys. No rush. um, Sorry, I was outside. What are we looking for again? Right now, I'm just waiting for the news to kind of. The only pair that I'm looking for, right? US 30 at this point is the only pair that's left for me. I'm just waiting for the news to kind of settle down, so I'm giving it 30 minutes. 9 o'clock. Right now, we could see that an engulfing candle could happen. At one point, this was a long red candle. Um, to have a green, green, red engulfing, right? And to go back to AU, right? It was one of those situations where, right, we would have taken this trade, we would have been our stop loss almost would have been hit, and price would have went straight into take profit. So it was one of those situations today where the news would have been on our side, right, for 27 pips. But again, I didn't take this trade, but it was one that we could have taken for a big risk. Well, low risk. It was only a 9 pip stop loss for 27, but all good, right? That's not the trade that we're looking for anyway. That's not, like I was saying earlier, right? It's not part of my trading plan. Um, GU also, it went with what you were saying, right? GU did go down. It went up first. If you didn't have your stop loss up here, right? Your stop loss probably would have gotten hit, and then it went down, right? So GU also went. Um, GJ kind of stayed in the same place. There was another pair I wanted to see. EU went counter, right? And then we knew this was gonna happen because we have a gap down here. But again, this is against the trend, so I'm not looking for the trade. But we knew that's what price. At least EU I was certain about for sure. USD CAD also going up. Cool. This is good. I want to see USD CAD break above these highs. If we could get this break above the highs today to end this week, then next week is gonna be really really fun with this trade, with this pair. I know Donovan is happy. He probably took this trade. Donovan, where are you, man? I know you took this trade. GCAT also. We had somebody in the Discord chat, Steven. Um, I don't know if he took this trade. I don't know. I don't even know what direction he was looking at, to be honest. I know he had NZDJPY. He's probably still in this trade holding. Retraced a little bit, went right back down. Alright, cool. So US 30, we're just gonna give it a couple minutes. We're gonna give it another till 9 a.m. and then we'll start looking for a trade if STP hasn't been hit yet. ZAR, yep, going up now. Gold didn't really move. Oil didn't really move. Alright, so we're just gonna focus on on US 30, and we'll see if we can catch a trade for the start of NYC session. So I want to make sure I have STP correct again. What do you think about people that who think ICT is the only right path and he trades like banks? The people just ignorant. There's really just no other way to say it. Again, like as humans, we want things to be really simple. So when you have somebody who's good at marketing and he just starts spewing out the things that people want to hear, oh, learn this, and he pushes it the way he was pushing it, you know, it's all about brainwashing people. If you could get a cult of people to really believe what you're saying, then they'll start saying it. Nah, we're not saying that they're wrong. No, like ICT has taught people what imbalances were. They just use a different name. They call it a fair value gap. Right? It's the same thing that this dude on Twitter now is doing with the soup turtle or whatever the fuck that shit's called. Right? He's just making it, that's something that's always been a thing, but now he's trying to make it his own. So, those people are just ignorant. Again, there is no wrong way of trading. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules in trading. You just gotta choose which ones work for you. If you're a scalper, you can't be using, trading rules that, um, that an intraday trader is gonna be using, right? Of a fucking a swing trader, right? And vice versa. You can't be using scalping rules as a swing trader, right? Now, what you could do is start learning multiple confluences, right? If you put everything together and you start piecing everything and being like, okay, I could use a fair value gap for this, right? I know that this is an imbalance. Why does price move up this way, right? Then you'll have a better understanding as to why you could enter, why you don't, why you're not supposed to enter. Or unicorn, yeah. People start calling us some crazy shit. But again, it's not that ICT is wrong, right? It's just the same thing that we always say. We say this in every stream, right? If you see a double top, right, and I could teach you that a double top means that price is gonna go down, right? But if I don't teach you that you're only supposed to take double tops, right, which is the M, right? If I don't teach you that you're only supposed to be taking these trades at the top of the zone, not at the bottom or in the middle, right? You're only gonna win 1 out of 3 trades. You're gonna lose 2. So if you're a 1-to-1 trader, right, how many wins do you need to cancel out the losses? That's the biggest difference, right? So it's not that these ICT traders and they're not wrong. They're just not showing you guys the big picture. They're not telling you the reasons why they have a 70 to 65% strike rate. But everybody thinks that anything above 50% is good, which cool. Yeah, it's not wrong. But you have to take 500 trades a day to be able to be in profit, right? And be in good profit, right? And it doesn't, if you're a prop firm trader, unfortunately, that type of style of trading is not going to work unless you get lucky, right? And you could get lucky for a few months, but then that 1 month where shit starts going sideways and you don't know why you're losing more than you're winning is because price is no longer trending in your direction, right? So risk to reward is key, exactly. Risk to reward is key, but win rate is also, again, I'm different. I come from a competitive background. I don't like losing. So for me it was different. I didn't want to, my win rate for me mattered, right? And then again, if you have a better win rate, you have more of a chance of being able to leverage your account more, right? And again, if you're a trader with a 60% or less win rate, that's an issue. That's a problem, right? Then that's the truth. So here you can see that US30 wanted to give us that type 3 pattern, right? Price consolidated, broke above, came down with the news, hit 50% of consolidation, started going up. Right, so this is why just waiting for this shit to play out is important. We don't want to, the cute, the not the cute, the Roger Banks special, March 21st, 2024. We don't want that to happen to us, so we're just not gonna. We'll just wait it out, and we'll see. STP's 266. So again, if STP is hit before we could get the NY open before 9:30, then we're just gonna sit it out until next week. But yeah, that's the reason why you see a lot of people, say what they say about ICT and all this, like top traders. Because again, it's not that they're wrong, but it just, it's the same situation, a little bit different with IML, right? A lot of people got scammed by IML again because they didn't really know how to trade, but they gave you a pamphlet that had all these rules in it, right? IML taught you what flag post patterns were, they taught you what Fibonacci's were, they taught you about zones, but what they didn't really teach you is how to use them. It's like, okay, just use this for this high to this low. But if you don't know what market structure is, you're gonna think that you're gonna be using a fib from here to here. You're gonna see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. They're not gonna be showing you the bigger picture. So that was the situation with IML, which again, now all these other courses after IML learned like, okay, we can't really be teaching it this way. We have to figure out another way to do it. They're just doing the same thing. They just fix it up a little bit, make it look better for the next people to do it. Yeah, I could teach you what a zone of consolidation is. But if I don't teach you why taking the trades in the zone of consolidation is at the top or at the bottom, never in the middle, how many trades are you going to win? How many trades are you going to lose? And then that's why you have 50% of the people saying the ICT is fake and you have 50% of the people saying that is real. Right? Because that's how many people lose before they win. Right? And then the people who have a stride and they're like, "Oh, I'm winning. I'm in a win streak." All of a sudden in 6 months you don't hear from them again. Or they switch their strategy up. "Oh, ICT wasn't working anymore." And then they start saying fucking smart Roger concept is the way to go now. So it's like, yo, there's, when you start seeing about the longevity of it, that's the difference. That's the key. That's what you really have to take into consideration. I'm thinking about getting a payout, but at what percent should I take one? That really just depends on you, right? It's a loaded answer, cause we could like just do the math. Like, what percent are you at now, and how long did it take you to get there? And is it worth, you know, do you need that cash right now? Where you're like, no, I need it. That would be ideal. That's it. Like, that's the question. Like, do you need the money right now? If you need it, take it out. If you don't need it, just use it as leverage, right? Understand that you're gonna be using a lower percent. You don't want to blow out. If you have a $500 payout, you don't want to blow $500. So instead of risking 500, instead of risking 100 per trade, start risking 50 per trade, or 45 or 40 per trade, and start growing and compounding the account. But if you think that you can't redo the profits and you think you're gonna lose it, or you can't be consistent with it, then you know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. That's the thing that really sucks with funded sometimes. It is the same thing with a live account either way. Understand, I was thinking about getting a payout and buy more funded to scale. It's not a bad idea, but I would really try that. The best advice I could give you is really try to steer away from only having a funded account. And the reason we're saying that is, again, just look at how many of these prop firms have fallen. So what I would do is just stick to this account that you have now and use the payouts. Put 20-30% of that into a live account and just have it there. Because if you ever lose that funded account because the prop firm failed or whatever the case is, or if they fail your account or anything like that, you always could go back to your live account and you don't lose 100% of the money that you have. So that would be another advice I would give. If you're gonna withdraw money, I would say withdraw, use 20-30% of that, put it into a live account. And then if you still want to go ahead and just scale and buy another prop firm, I would do that. If you have enough money left for that, do that too. But I would really start, especially now this year, I would really start. I told everybody 7 months ago, start trading, start putting money into a live account. Nobody listened to me. And then what happened? Everybody lost their account. Funded trader went down. Forex funds, my Forex funds went down. Funding pips went down for some. That shit went down for me for a few weeks. So gonna be hard to manage many accounts, yeah. And then now you can't even use these the trade copiers anymore because it was connected to MT4 or to metal quotes. So there has to be another one out there now that's for Trade Locker. I'm sure they'll make one. Yeah, I think just for right now, just stick to your account. If you want to go ahead and buy a bigger account and then just trade one account, if you want to trade one funded and then one live account, um, I would say do that, right? Like if you have a computer, you have a phone, do one on your computer, do one on your phone. And then you're making the same amount of profit. You're making profit on your funded account, you're making profit on your live account. The basis is market maker's pattern, but it's at this point it's I trade the market, right? The overall basis again, like when we go to the daily time frame, what we see in the overall time frame, the way we map out every single thing in the daily time frame, 4 hour and the 30-minute time frame is market maker's pattern. Um, but then when it goes into the entries and the 30-minute time frame, right? When we're looking at structure, yeah, we're looking at market structure, we're looking at price action. Um, again, if we have the opportunity to trade patterns as well, we trade patterns again, double tops, double bottoms, triple tops, triple bottoms, flag post patterns. The type ones, the type twos, the type threes. We also do candlestick analysis. Like there's a lot of it, but it all ties down together. It's all used at the same time. So there's we're not we're not married to one strategy, right? We use Fibonacci's too, right? Um, we're not married to one strategy, but we have implemented all the good things about all the strategies into what the baseline is, which is market maker's pattern. Market maker's pattern is key, right? That's the blueprint. But in order to have a full blueprint, you need to have every piece of the puzzle, right? You need to have every piece of the puzzle. So, um, that's pretty much what we do, right? And again, I still, if there's something that I don't know or something that I'm like, okay, I could use this, I try to learn it and I try to see if we could implement it to what we already have, right? EMAs too, right? EMAs is something that we use as well. We don't really use it as much for entries, but just to see where we're at in the overall pattern. You could use it as entries. You could use it as another have many confluences. Exactly. So do we, right? We could use it as an extra step of confluence, right? Like if we're in level one, or we're in level 1 or level 3, we want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. If we're in level 2, we want to see price bounce off the 200 EMA. So I'll be right back. If you guys have any other questions, leave them in the chat. I'll be right back. GBCAT would be interesting for next week. Let's see. Let's break it down. If we could get a nice clean, what I do like about it is we have a change of character, right? And the change of character gave us a nice break here, right? And price continued to push up. If we could get price to break above, we have this break gave us this low and this high. Right? This is what I was drawing last night. Like, no, right? If we could get price to break above these highs, right, that'd be perfect. Right, we had 3 days of rise. On the third day gave us a rise no net. We were expecting this fourth day rise to happen. So now next week we could are saying short, yeah, right? We could, if price rejects these highs, we could see price come back down into the zone, right? Because we could see that price is trending, but we're just kind of trapped in this zone over here, right? But if price breaks above, right, then we'll know price will want to go up. And again, if we just move our screen to the left side, we see that if we do get that break, we have this clean imbalance on the left hand side, right? But the same thing, if we reject these highs, right, we have clean imbalance on the left hand side as well going down. So let's see. Booking. Oh, EuroCAD as well. Let's go. Let's see. Um, yeah, EuroCAD was on the same thing. If we break above these highs here, right, we'll want to see this push here. We're pretty much already at these highs with no more imbalances that are left. We have 3 days of rise. So today we weren't really expecting another day of rise. But let's see if we had a gap, right? We had a gap here. Resets the trend. Alright, and that was on the third day. So could price continue this push? We broke above the zone. We broke above the 800 EMA. EuroCAD is the only one going short. I don't know. Right? We know that we're trading between this 4-hour high and this 4-hour low. We rejected the lows of the break of these lows. Price started going up. If price does reject these highs, then we could potentially see price go back down. And something I missed. Why is this here? What time frame is this on? Because why is this here? I don't know. Why do we draw this here for? What was this used for? I don't remember anymore. I have to go back to yesterday's. Why did I have this box here for? I think we were drawing this last night or not last night, yesterday morning. I don't know. I want water. I'll be right back, guys. How do you calculate US 30? Don't trade that pair. I mean the lot size. It depends on your broker. It depends on your leverage, and it depends on the contract size. Um, for example, the firm I'm using now, it's the same lot size. It's calculated the exact same way. But if you have a lower contract size, you might, instead of trading, for example, there's some brokers where on a regular forex, on a regular forex pair, trading $1 is equivalent to trading a penny on US 30. So you would want to enter US 30 trading with a penny, right? But that depends on the contract size, depends on, again, the leverage, all of that. Yeah, I think funny Pep tell you, but look, the best thing to do is just go to the US 30, go to the US 30 chart on Trade Locker, right? Because funding pips use Trade Locker, and just put a pending order on it, right? And then just see how much you would need to trade. What your stop loss would be in comparison to what your loss size is, and see if it's the same. I think on funding pips is the same if I'm not mistaken. I think it might be the same. DJ 30, DGI 30, some shit like that. Yeah. Alright guys, my bad. But that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Really nothing else left. Was expecting price to just continue to push up now after 9:30, but it's just kind of just sitting still. So I'm just gonna call it in. I'm gonna call it a day. Could price continue where it has to go? Absolutely. But I'm not gonna take that chance today. I'm not gonna sit here and try to chase a trade. Again, understanding that this is all a game of math, right? It's all a game of numbers. We have ADR. ADR for the week is already hit. News came out. It's supposed to be really big news that was gonna make the market just kind of move the way it did last night and yesterday. And it didn't do anything. So we're an hour into news, hasn't done anything. NYC open, volume, a little bit of volume came in. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. I'm not gonna go ahead and chase any trades. To give you guys an update on my funded account, as most of you guys know in the Discord, I did get a free. I have 100K, but I also got a free 10K. With Top Tier Trader. I was in one of their spaces that they did last week, and I was one of the winners for a 10K account. So the stats that I'm gonna be showing on stream, which I'm gonna start doing next week, I'm gonna make, we'll make a little banner, um, and we'll see how I could put the stats on the stream, right? And it'll be a live stat. It'll be like a live stat tracker. Um, and then we'll go ahead and see how that goes. Now, before we get off, I do want to go over this US 30 trade, right? What I was really expecting here in the 1 minute time frame, I was looking at this gap again. Could price continue to go? Absolutely, right? And as we can see, there's still more volume that's gonna come in, right? A regular entry for me on this trade would have been the closure of the gap. This would have been my entry, stop loss at the bottom of the zone, right? And then obviously TP at STP, right? On a regular day already, once we had the first push, I would have also already have moved my stop loss into break even. So on a regular day, this would have been a day where we just got into break even, and it is what it is, right? I trade very, very conservative when it comes to US 30 because of how volatile it is, right? Understanding that this pair could move at whatever time after 9:30, and the fact that again, I don't look at charts after 10:30. I don't want to be in a trade on US 30 where I've been in the zone of consolidation for an hour already, right? So that's why this trade on a regular day where there isn't news and ADR hasn't been hit for the week, I'm 100% sure we would have already been in profit. Price would have already been close to STP, right? And again, it could still happen, but I'm not going to be taking this trade at this point. It's not going to be a comfortable trade to take. It could still push down. Again, the ADR for the week is already hit. So we'll mark it like this and we'll see it again when we come back on Sunday. And then I'll try to see something if I could do something with Top Tier to have like a live stat tracker on the stream. I'll see what I could do with that. Peace out.